Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Voices of British Orthodoxy. I'm, of course, Riddle Lazar. Today is the 12th of May, as according to the old calendar. Christ is risen from the dead, trampling down death by death, and upon those in the tombs bestowing life. Christ is risen, indeed he is risen. Christos voskrese, vaistinu voskrese. Christos anesti, alephos anesti. We have two saints today, and I'm going to be honest. I keep on making a mistake when reading our second entry's entry in the group chat. So let's hope let's hope this goes a little bit better. Anyway, the first saint is Saint Dioma, and he is from the 5th century. The entry in the book is as follows: Saint Dioma is the patron saint of Kildemo in County Limerick, Ireland, and was the teacher of St. Declan of Ardmore, 24th of July, amongst others. Nothing further is known about him. I'll read his entry in the church group chat first. 5th century Irish Saint Dioma taught the road to holiness to Saint Declan and other saints. He is now venerated as patron of Kildemo, County Limerick in Ireland. And our final saint of the day is Saint Ethelhard of Canterbury, who is from the 9th century. His entry in the book is as follows: Saint Ethelhard was the 14th Archbishop of Canterbury. Little reliable information of his life exists. It seems he was a native of Louth in Lincolnshire, England, and entered the monastery there, becoming abbot before being consecrated Bishop of Winchester. He served that see until AD 793, when he was elevated to Canterbury. His time as Archbishop was one of political upheaval, as King Offa of Mercia was attempting to bring the church under his secular control, much like Charlemagne on the continent. Saint Ethelhard reposed in AD 805, and his entry on the goes as follows. His longer entry, which has been posted into the group chat, Saint Ethelhard of Canterbury Bishop, also known as Ethelhard, died at Canterbury, England, 803 to 805. Some sources state that Saint Ethelhard was abbot of Louth in Lincolnshire and a bishop of Winchester, England, before he was elevated to the Archbishop of Canterbury. However, some say that he was not Bishop of Winchester. His elevation to Canterbury's episcopal throne occurred just after King Offa and the Pope divided the see to establish that of Lichfield. At first, Ethelhard was unacceptable to his Kentish flock, because it had just fallen under the domination of Mercia. In 796, Offa died, Kent revolted, and Ethelhard was forced to flee. Through the intervention of Blessed Saint Alcuin, who is commemorated on the 19th of May, Ethelhard was restored to Canterbury the following year. In 802, Pope Leo III, I'm not making that mistake a third time, reading a certain other word that happens before Leo III. Anyway, re-established Canterbury to its former status, put aside the idea of moving the metropolitan see to London, and abolished the see of Lichfield. Ethelhard convened the Synod of Cloveshow in 803, which mandated that each newly elected bishop make a written profession of orthodoxy and pledge obedience to his metropolitan bishop. The Anglo-Saxon held several councils at Cloveshow, and it then links a Latin site that has them. Due to the fact that it is a papist site, I am going to elect not to include the link, but I imagine if you Google it, you can probably find it yourself. Anyway, at his death, Saint Ethelhard was buried in Canterbury's cathedral, where he is venerated primarily for having overseen the restoration of the see. His was one of the Anglo-Saxon cults suppressed by the Norman Lanfranc, the Papist Archbishop of Canterbury, 1070, just after the Normans took over. Because there were no written documents of his life, and because Lanfranc was notoriously unsympathetic to any manifestations of the pre-Norman Church in Britain, when no later writer picked up the challenge, St. Ethelhard's cult seemed to have died. There are, however, extant letters from Alcuin and Pope Leo to St. Ethelhard. May those saints intercede for us before the righteous judge. I hope you all had a very wonderful day. I hope you all had a wonderful Sunday of the Blind Man, I think it is today. If the people watching this decide that they want the link, I might go back and put the link in the description, but again, I'm probably going to choose not to do that, just because the site that is linked is technically papist. And also, who knows, also, if you want, once I guess, get the podcast sorted up, maybe it would be great to bring a British priest on and potentially talk about not just the Clove Show synods, but also the other synods and their importance to the orthodoxy of the British Isles. Anyway, obviously I would need to actually get the podcast side of things set up first, but that's something that could happen. Thank you all for watching. This has been Rita Laza. I hope you all had a wonderful day. May those saints once again intercede for us before the righteous judge. God bless you all, and Amen.